present
Sure.
yourself?
Yes, I'm Anna Ramirez, a good friend.
A good friend. All right, Miss Anna. When did you retire?
I did not retire, actually.
Nice.
I actually had disability
Okay.
and will be retiring shortly because of breast cancer.
Oh, okay.
And breast cancer kind of flipped everything around for me. I was in a great career, and all of a sudden, the rug was slipped out from under me.
Yeah.
So I had to rethink what I was doing and what I was going to do with my career, my life, and my family, and my house, and everything else that happened. So it was a rethinking process, and I had to go through chemo and radiation, surgery, and everything else like that for breast cancer. And I finally came out of it okay, but I couldn't. After all the chemo, it affected my hip, and I was in. I already had bad joints and bad arthritis.
Okay.
So the arthritis was affected by the chemo, to the point where I had to have hip surgery. So right after all those things, all of a sudden I had to have hip surgery, and I just couldn't get back to work.
Yeah.
So then I had to go on Medicare, on disability and Medicare, and so on. So
Okay. Well, that was definitely different. But
Absolutely.
I mean, you went through it and you're okay now. So
yes, I'm okay, but I haven't been able. I tried to get a job back, but it was very
too difficult.
Yeah, too difficult to do so. So
Do you feel any different now that when all that happened, like being home all the time?
Yes.
Or did it affect you? Did you get
Absolutely.
upset, depressed?
I did go through some depression. Absolutely, there's no question about it.
I'm guessing your family, little ones, taking care of little ones helped you.
My children are already older, and I have a grandson that I take care of from time to time. But really and truly, the difficulty was in getting adjusted to from a high-powered job to not doing anything, and that was very difficult for me. I was in sales, and
Always moving around
absolutely.
to being probably in debt. And,
Absolutely. And
that
oh no,
mess.
I almost lost my house. I almost lost everything. Like I said, the rug got pulled out from underneath me. But by the grace of God, with my family helping me out, and then going on my pension, and then going on disability, I was able to save what I got.
Yeah.
You
But I
know.
mean, you did good in the house.
Yeah, I can't complain. But not everybody's in the same boat. I have a lot of friends that have gone through some hard times because of it.
I'm sure.
We did all right.
So you basically feel like you were prepared for retirement?
Never prepare for retirement.
No.
No, you just have to receive it. It just changed. Now my sister and I talk about it more.
Like what you could have done.
Exactly.
What you should have done.
Yeah, exactly. There were things that I wish I could have done better, and that kind of thing. But it is what it is. So, but I can't complain. I'm okay.
So with you going through obviously your cancer and not really retiring, and that's what made you having to stay at home, how did you find the new meaning in life?
It was difficult at first. I was just running around and just, like I said, being a power horse, if you will. And then all of a sudden it stopped. Depression came in. There were times of depression, absolutely. But I had to, because of my beliefs, religious beliefs, that's where my hope came from. And my family support and my friends' support, I was able to come out of it and say, it's okay. I don't need to be that way anymore. Now this is a new chapter in my life.
Well, that's good. Going through the aging process, what about finding companionship and friendship? Do you feel like you got treated differently doing anything else or going out?
Yeah, you'd be surprised how many people let go. You don't have the same friends or the same social and group things that you have around you. That changes, definitely changes.
Yeah.
But then you meet some new ones that are in your same boat, and then you can relate to each other and everything like that.
Did you do any group activities? Did you get into any clubs or anything like that?
No, I tend to be a little bit more, you find yourself being more loner, being in your cave. Family, that's the core.
Yeah.
That's the core that keeps you going. And in the neighborhood we live in, we have some good neighbors, and they help me with whatever they could. Um, but no, that does change.
Yeah.
That does change.
Were you ever married, if I may ask?
Yes, I was. I've been a widow now for 26 years.
How did that process? Do you feel like
That was a big change. That was my son was 11 and my daughter was 4. And that was probably the hardest time for me, because all of a sudden he's not there anymore. What am I going to do with my kids? But again, family, my mom came to help me, and that's when I decided to go into sales. I was in accounting.
you were in accounting?
So I was in accounting, being one of those little number crunchers, and then I saw those checks that were giving out to everybody else and how much they were making. So I thought I'd take a step in sales, and the company I was with, I was fortunate enough to give me that chance, and I succeeded. Let's see what.
Sorry.
That's all right.
Happiest time of your life?
Ooh, that's hard. Actually, after I got over my husband's death, I would tell you that my success in my career, I would never have been able to do it had my husband been around, because I would have been more a mom, you know what I mean? So now that I'm all of a sudden independent, financially I did very well, and I traveled. God, did I travel.
Where'd you go to?
Hong Kong
Ooh.
and Beijing and Buenos Aires, Argentina.
Nice.
I've been through all Mexico, all through the United States, in Europe, and
When did you do all this?
after, in my 40s and 50s.
Wow.
Mhm.
That's so cool.
Oh God, it's great. I'm not through yet. I still want to go some more
Yeah.
places and stuff.
How about your parents? How was it when you had to help your parents? Like the aging, you know what
The
I'm saying?
aging
Like
process?
it's always different,
My mother,
especially
yeah,
with Hispanic cultures, because
Oh.
you don't want to put them in nursing homes. You're told that they're gonna stay with you.
my father died when we were young, but my mother was strong. She was strong. She did not die till 4 years ago. She was born on 9/11. She died on 9/11. She was 88 years old. And I looked up some meaning behind that. And in the Jewish tradition, it says that when you die on your birthday, it means that you have performed God's excellent work to the ultimate finish. So that says something.
Yeah.
Despite her age, despite her growing up in the country, despite all those things, she made us feel important, and we had more to life and everything like that. So it was never I had to take care of her. My sister took a lot of care of her when it came to the doctors and things like that. But then I took her to church and all these other things,
So you guys balanced it out.
Exactly. Oh God, yeah. I got to take her to see Mark Anthony. Mark Anthony was the love of her life, and she got to see that. And at that time, I was driving a Mercedes. I said, Mom, you're the one this Mercedes is for you, because you're the one that I take to church every Sunday. She was in that car more than anybody else. So it's kind of funny how things work out that way. And she took care of my kids, and my kids were like all over it. They loved her, and they still talk about her and say what a great grandmother she was, and just inspirational. She just had a lot of inspiration. I want to continue to travel. Are you kidding? I'm hoping Costa Rica in January of this year.
That's somewhere I want to go.
And my friend, his son is getting married. He's married. He is American, but he's married somebody Costa Rican. So January, that's it. Then I have another friend of mine who is involved with World Evangelical Alliance, and she is I laugh at her. She's from Ecuador, but she's been in New York and in Florida all her life, and she's been selected to be not congressional. What's the word I want to use? Commissioner for South America. So so that's to help a lot of missionary work, for women and stuff like that. So I'm hoping that I'll be working with her in some aspects as well.
That's good.
Yeah, that to me is like, that's my part of my life
Yeah.
now, helping others and helping things, you know, again, in between travel and my grandson on Alaska and the Northern Lights. That's it. That's a big thing for me. That's a bucket list.
Nice.